We're off and running. First pitch on the way to Ohtani is lined to right field, caught by Clemens for 1 out. So first ball swinging, first ball hitting is Ohtani, and we have 1 out in the top of the first inning with the Twins and the Dodgers. And up comes Andy Pages to the plate. Andy Pages takes called strike 1. The pitch on the way to Pages is high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pages. Fouled away and out of play. Waiting in, Dodgers going for the sweep tonight. Pages has a 1-2 count right now. Joe Ryan on the mound. We're a little bit late in starting because we're on Joe Ryan time, as he traditionally starts late. The pitch is high for ball 2. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pages waiting in for the right-hand side of the plate. 2-2 the count. And that's it. Strike 3 to Pages. And up will come Freddie Freeman to the plate. Freeman waiting in. 2 outs in the first inning. And the pitch on the way to Freeman is swung on and fouled away. So 0-1 the count to Freeman. No score, just the start of things here in Minnesota. Freeman waiting in. And the 0-1 pitch on the way. A splitter taken for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Joe Ryan to the mound. The pitch fouled away. One and 2 the count to Freddie Freeman. 2 outs in the first. The wind-up, the pitch is high for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Freeman. We're in the first inning here, 1-0 Dodgers. Check that, first inning's no score. Freeman just the 3rd hitter up right now. The pitch on the way is swung on and foul, and down he goes. So that'll do it for the Dodgers in the first inning, first half of the inning. No score. The score, the Dodgers 0, the Twins coming up. I'll be right back after this brief timeout. Okay, so waiting in now for the Twins to come up. Twins will be sending up to the plate Larnach, Buxton, and Clemens. And if anybody gets on, it'll be Bell will be coming up. So he'll be hitting 4th. Hitting in the 5th spot is the catcher, Cardantini. And Lewis will be in the 6th spot, followed by Lee, the 3rd baseman, in the 7th spot. So those will be the first 7 hitters. Give you the other 2 momentarily here. Just getting underway. No score. Dodgers 1 out in order. Want to tell you, it is with heavy heart that I bring you this broadcast today. My father passed away early this morning, and in his honor, I am dedicating this game to him. He loved watching me do these games, and he was a integral part in me becoming a sports fan and following all the sports. So to you, Pops, I give you my love and enjoy the game from above, watching wherever you may be. So just had to pass that along to you. Now back to live action as Ohtani is now ready to take the mound here. He's had 12 starts, pitched 73 and 2/3 innings, 78 strikeouts, 22 walks, and he's allowed 3 home runs. So the last 2 outings for Shohei haven't been as his other outings have been, but it's still been very good nonetheless. Here's a ground ball hit down to Ohtani, steps off the mound, throws it on over to Freeman for the out. So 1 out. And now that'll bring up Buxton, the center fielder. Ohtani nursing a blister that he's been having problems with. That's why he came out in his last start all bloodied, and his fingers, they've kind of put some tape on it to kind of prevent that blister from flaring up and acting up again. Let's see how well that holds up today. So Buxton, the center fielder, comes to the plate, hitting .275. First pitch is taken low for ball 1. Buxton hitting in 69 games, .275, 25 home runs, and 41 ribbies. Buxton hit a home run against the Dodgers earlier in this series. So he does have the pop, and he is not shy in displaying it. There's a strike on the way. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Buxton. Ohtani looking in, rushing back behind the plate. The pitch is taken for called strike 2, a sweeper. No score, just the start of things. Dodgers 1 out in order in their top of the first inning, and the Twins are now up with 1 out. The pitch, there's a high fly ball hit out to the left fielder. He's coming in a hurry. Oh, what a nice catch made by Ward in the outfield. He got off to a late start for whatever reason, and Ohtani kind of giggling on the mound. It was almost as though he may have had trouble locating the ball, and then he quickly hustled and caught that ball sliding on his rear. Nicely played. He saw that he was a little bit behind, and he slides all the way, and Ohtani gives it a big giggle as a relief, and Ward makes the catch. So there's now 2 outs here in the top of the first, and this ball gets away from rushing all the way to the backstop for ball 1. Clemens now coming up. Cody Clemens. Waiting in. The pitch is low for ball 2. Clemens in right field, took the night off last night, and he's back in there tonight. 2-0 the count to Clemens. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning, no score, just the start of things. The windup, the pitch on the way is outside for ball 3, a sweeper. Ohtani looking in, and the pitch is low and inside, ball 4, and he has walked, Clemens is, on 4 pitches by Ohtani. So now with 2 outs, there's 1 on, and up comes Bell. Bell is the DH today, swinging in from the left-hand side of the plate. And the pitch on the way is taken for a ball. Next pitch on the way, swung on and missed by Bell. One and one the count. There's a swing and a high fly ball hit out there to Ward. He's there, he's got it, and down go the Twins in the bottom of the first inning. The score, the Dodgers 0 and the Twins 0. We'll be right back with the top of the second inning right after this. So for the Dodgers in their top of the second inning, they will have coming up here will be Betts, Muncy, and Call facing Joe Ryan. Ryan got the Dodgers out in order in the top of the first inning. So let's see what Betts, Muncy, and Call can do as the Dodgers trying to go for the sweep tonight. After today's game, win, lose, or draw, the Dodgers will have tomorrow off. It'll be a travel day. They'll head on to San Diego where they'll take on the Padres on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. After that 3-game series over the weekend in San Diego, the Dodgers will then conclude their 9-game road trip by going to Las Vegas to take on the A's for 3 games on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that's a quick look at what the Dodgers got going on the next 6 games after this 3-game road trip is done. This is a 9-game road trip, and they've won the first 2 games of this road trip, faring very well. So let's see now as we get ready to set the Twins defensively. It'll be Larnach in left, Buxton in center, Clemens in right. Lee will be at third base, Crittler at short, Gary at second base, Lewis at first, behind the plate Carantini, and on the mound Joe Ryan. So that's how the Twins set up defensively. And Mookie Betts now waiting in. Hello, Ann. Thank you for tuning in, looking at us through the chat there. Welcome into the Dodgers and the Twins. The pitch is taken outside for ball 1, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Mookie Betts. Pitch on the way is low and outside, a slider for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to Betts. Swung on and fouled away and out of play. Count is now 2-2 to Betts. We're in the second inning, just the start of things in Minnesota. Both teams have gone out in order in each half of their inning in the first inning. The pitch is low, a sinker missing for ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and fouled away. Count is 3-2. Ryan working quickly. The pitch swung on and a high fly ball hit out to left field. Back goes Larnach to the wall. It's gone. Home run just like that for Mookie Betts and the Dodgers. It is a home run gong as Betts circles the bases, jumping for joy, his 9th home run of the year, and the Dodgers are on the scoreboard 1-0. And as Mookie crosses the plate, he's there greeted with a handshake, a high five by Muncy. And now Max Muncy will come up. A nice shot that Larnach did, just went over the wall. He didn't expect it to go out. Kind of moved back like it was going to bounce off of the fence. And it kept going and it went over the fence. So that would registered at 399 feet, just clearing that wall. His 9th home run this season and 300th career home run. Pitch on the way to Muncy as a shot hit down the right field, foul, just foul by a couple of feet. Otherwise, that's in the corner, and Muncy's still running. So 0-1 the count now to Muncy. Dodgers 1, Twins 0 on the home run by Mookie Betts here in the second. Pitch on the way is low for ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Muncy. Muncy hitting .263, 16 home runs and 33 ribbies. Pitch on the way is a swung on and hit fly ball out to, it's going to bounce in left field out in front of Larnach, and there is a base hit, and Muncy is aboard. So with no outs, 1 on, Dodgers got 1 run in, and up comes Alex Call. Call playing right field for the injured Kyle Tucker with back spasms. He's projected to come back on Friday. This pitch is on the way and high, a sinker missing for ball 1. 1 on, no outs. Top of the second inning, Dodgers 1 on the home run by Mookie Betts, and the Twins 0. There's a pitch swung on and fouled. Fastball, so it's a 1-1 count. One ball, 1 strike to Call. Muncy away from first. The pitch swung on, and a high fly ball hit out to right field, and that's going to be handled there by Clemens for the catch, and 1 out. So 1 out for the Dodgers, 1 on. We're in the second inning. Dodgers got 1 run already on the home run by Mookie Betts, 399 feet out of here in left field. And now Ward will come up. Ryan Ward swinging in from the left-hand side of the plate, looking in. The pitch is, and it's throw down to Muncy, stolen at second base. He caught him sleeping. Joe Ryan didn't keep an eye on him. Caratini threw way late, and Muncy was laughing and giggling, sliding into second safe. So now the Dodgers, with 1 out, have a man in scoring position, Max Muncy. Takes a nice lead away from second base. Ryan looks over at him and delivers the pitch. High, ball 2. So this season, in 18 games, Ryan Ward is hitting .220, 3 home runs and 11 ribbies, 150 in his last 9 games, so struggling a bit. And the pitch on the way, swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike, a fastball. Two balls, 1 strike to Ward. Ryan looking in, checks Muncy out at second base, takes a long look at Muncy, and now to the plate. High for ball 3, a fastball just missing. Welcome in, Andrew. Andrew is back yet again. The fastest rising star, Andrew, in the chat. His 3rd straight game. And the pitch all the way, swung on and missed by Ward. It's a full count now, 3-2. And as Andrew says, let's go Dodgers. Thank you once again, and also for following us on the in the chat as well. Full count, 3-2, and the pitch on the way is swung on and fouled back and out of play. We're in the second. Dodgers 1, Twins 0, coming on that solo home run by Mookie to start off this inning, and it's 1-0 Dodgers. Muncy followed with a single, then he stole second base, and that's where we're at. 1 out in the second inning, 1 on. There's a ground ball hit sharply down to the second baseman. Gary, he's going to throw it over to Lewis at first for the out. Meanwhile, Muncy moves on over to third base. So now, 2 outs. Muncy at third, Dodgers leading 1-0, and Ryan has already thrown 31 pitches so far in this game. So not too bad. That's an average of 15 an inning if he can get out of this right here. And the man that he'll be facing coming up is Rushing. There's a swing and a miss by Rushing at the plate. Rushing back from his concussion protocol, safety reasons being out last game, and Chucky Robinson filled in just nicely for him in yesterday's game. So rushing, waiting in the pitch, the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Muncy at third. Dodgers got 1 run already in this second inning, leading 1-0. We're in the second, 2 outs. Oh and 2 the count to Rushing. Ryan checks Muncy at third. And the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, and down goes Rushing and the Dodgers, but not before they get 1 run on a big home run by Betts. And the score after 1.5 innings in Minnesota, the Dodgers 1, the Twins 0. Be right back with the second inning right after this brief break. Okay, so as we get ready for the bottom of the second inning, the Twins will be bringing in, facing, let's see who they'll have come in. They went out in order last inning. So it'll be Bell, Quarantini, and Lewis, the first baseman. 1-0 Dodgers lead. After this game, Dodgers will be off tomorrow. They're going for the sweep tonight. They hope to have a happy trip back to Southern California with a victory tonight's game and a sweep, and head on and take on the Padres Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in San Diego. And then they'll move over to Vegas to take on the A's for 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we're just about ready to go here as Ohtani has got his warm-up pitches in. So Quarantini coming up. Nothing Dodgers lead. The pitch on the way by Ohtani, way outside for ball 1. This season, Victor Quarantini in 58 games, hitting .236, 6 home runs, and 30 ribbies. He's been on a bit of a tear the last few games, hitting .409. Here's a pitch. It's a line shot into right field for a base hit, and that'll be fielded and brought in by Call out there. Subbing for Tucker. Tucker's figures to be back in the lineup on Friday night against the Padres. We'll see if that remains the case. Call filled in quite nicely last night, playing a wonderful game. Let's see if he can keep it going in Tucker's absence. So 1 on, no outs, bottom of the second inning. Dodgers 1, Twins 0. Pitch swung on and missed by Lewis, first baseman. Royce Lewis hitting .205, 7 home runs and 21 ribbies. Check it in right now from the right-hand side of the plate. Ohtani checks Quarantini at first, and the pitch is taken for called strike 2. So 0-2 the count to Lewis. Ohtani working quickly. No outs in the second. The pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Lewis. So Ohtani will take that strikeout. And there's now 1 out in the second inning. And that'll bring up Lee. Lee hitting .238, 13 home runs, 45 ribbies thus far into the season. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch swung on and missed. And the splitter there. Dodgers lining up with Ward in left, Pages in center, Call in right. The windup, the 0-1 pitch is taken for called strike 2. He kind of squared the bunt and pulled it back. It's 0-2 now. Muncy at third, Betts at short, Freeland at second, and Freeman at first. Behind the plate, Dalton Rushing returns, and Ohtani's on the mound. Brooksley waiting in from the left-hand side of the plate, 0-2. His back's to the wall. Let's see if Ohtani gives him a fastball and tries to blow him away right here. Pitch on the way, low for a splitter for ball 1. Dodgers lead 1-0 on the solo home run by Mookie Betts to start the second inning, and that's where we're at, 1-0 Dodgers. That was Mookie's 9th this year and his 300th career home run. 2-2 now the count to Lee. Dodgers 1, Twins 0. Second inning, 1 on, 1 out. And a 2-2 count to Lee. Swung on. There's a ground ball hit sharply down to Freeland. He can't get it. It rolls into right field, picked up by Call, and immediately thrown in, and we got runners on second and first base. So Ohtani putting himself in a bit of a jam now with 1 out and 2 on. Thankfully, he is now facing the lower half of the order. Here comes Gary now, the 8th hitter in the 8th spot. So if he can put it together here and get out the 8th and 9th guy, he'll be in good shape. Let's see what you're going to do, Ohtani. Dodgers 1, Twins nothing. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch on the way. Taken for called strike 1, a splitter. Gary wading in. Ohtani's thrown 23 pitches so far. The pitch on the way. Swung on. There's a shot lined into center field for a base hit. Picked up by Pages, and the runners just move up 90 feet. They didn't want to challenge the arm of Pages at all. So they move up 90 feet. Bases are now loaded, and there's still 1 out in the second inning. So let's see now what you're going to do, Ohtani. You got the 9th hitter up there. Shoot 2, get a double play, and get out of this inning. That's what you're going to do. Let's go. Ryan Kreidler coming in this season in 38 games, hitting .282, 4 home runs and 18 ribbies. He's got a chance here to... Oh, ball gets away from Rushing, goes all the way to the backstop, and in comes a run. And it's now 1-1 tie. The other runners move up 90 feet, and Dalton Rushing is beside himself, wondering what happened with that one. It just tipped off of his glove. Let's see. Yep, he was his own worst enemy. The hitter didn't do anything but get out of the way, and the ball rolled into the dugout, so they could only move up 90 feet. That's why Rushing had that puzzled look on his face. So that's what it was. So now we're tied at 1. Dodgers 1, Twins 1. Second inning, runners at second and third with 1 out. And Ohtani and Rushing to the mound having a bit of a meeting there, maybe a bit of a mix-up. And let's see how they're going to play it. Certainly you're not going to walk the man with the open base, the 9th hitter. So with Mark Pryor out there, the interpreter out there, Rushing out there, they now break it up, go back to their positions, and we'll be playing ball momentarily. Dodgers 1, Twins 1. Dodgers got their 1 run on a solo shot by Mookie Betts, and the Twins have just been working it around the bases with a a base hit here and a base hit there, and everywhere a base hit and a wild pitch, and now we're tied at 1. Here we go, the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Check that. That was a pass ball credited to Rushing on that. And the count is now 1-1 to Kreidler. One out. The pitch. Low sweeper just missing for ball 2. Two balls, one strike to Kreidler. Man at third, a man at second. 1-1 tie. So the Dodgers challenge and they win the challenge. So now it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ohtani was the one that requested that challenge. So there's a pitch swung on and dribbler foul down the first base line. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Second and third we got runners on. Twins on second and third. Ohtani's now thrown 28 pitches. The windup and the 1-2 pitch. Swung on. There's a ground ball hit sharply through into center field. And in comes 1 run. By the time Páez picks it up, drops it, in comes the 2nd run. So now it's 3-1. Sliding into second base. Stealing that one with a double is Kreidler. And oh my goodness, things are starting to fall apart at the seams now. As they're going to say he was out. So Kreidler was thrown out trying to take that extra base. But he got the 2 runs in on the RBI. And so, yeah, by the time Páez picked that up, actually the throw was waiting for him. Let's see. They tag. And they got him. Yeah, they got him at second trying to take the extra base. So now with nobody on, 2 outs, Twins lead 3-1, and Ohtani to the windup, and the pitch taken for called strike 1 to Larnach. Curveball. So it's an 0-1 count. And it all started with that pass ball by Dalton Rushing that just couldn't handle it. Not sure if he got crossed up on the pitch or what happened, but nonetheless, that was the first run in with bases loaded, and things slowly started to unravel from that point. 3-1 Twins over the Dodgers. We're only in the second inning, 2 outs. Ohtani's thrown 31 pitches. The pitch swung on and missed. Sinker. 1-2 the count. Larnach waiting in, 1-2 the count. Ohtani with a long look in, and the pitch. Low for ball 2, a slider missing. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So for whatever reason, it looks as though Ohtani and Rushing aren't on the same page, as that's evident in a few of these pitches early. And there's a swing and a miss, and down goes Larnach, struck him out. But it is not a happy Ohtani as he walks slowly off of the mound to the dugout. The score through 2 innings, Twins 3, Dodgers 1. I'll be right back for the 3rd inning right after this brief timeout. So as we get ready to move into the top of the third inning, Dodgers now find themselves on the wrong side of the scoreboard, trailing 3-1. 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning by the Twins. And it'll be Freeland leading off for the Dodgers, followed by Ohtani and then Pages. So things just don't look quite right for whatever reason with Ohtani and Rushing. Will Smith, the regular catcher, is out, and no word on when he may possibly be back. It doesn't look like he will go be in the series against the Padres or even against the A's. So it'll have to be Dalton Rushing carrying the load here. And Ohtani and Rushing need to figure this thing out quickly. Well, it's only 3-1. So Joe Ryan's just about ready to get back here and face Freeland as he now comes to the plate. Twins 3 runs on 4 hits. Joe Ryan and now has got the lead, and it's his game to win or lose. The pitch on the way to Freeland is taken for called strike 1. Alex Freeland in 57 games, hitting .241, 3 home runs and 17 ribbies. The pitch taken inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Got him on the splitter, 1-2. Ohtani on deck. Let's see if Freeland can get on board here, and pitch on the way is low. Knuckle curve for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ohtani waiting on deck. Let's see if Ohtani, if he can get Freeland on, if he's going to try to become the swinging for the fences. There's a shot hit down foul by Freeland. And the count is now 2-2. Be interesting to see how Ohtani takes this at bat once he gets up there. Is he swinging for the fences, trying to get back some runs in a hurry? Or is he taking the discipline shot of it? Here's a low pitch, a slider missing for ball 3. 3-2 the count. Third inning, no outs. Dodgers trailing 3-1 to the Twins. We're only in the third inning. Pitch, there's a line shot up the alley, and it's going to go to the wall. Nice one by Freeland. He's going to round first, heading into second base with a stand-up double. And the whole Dodger dugout's on their feet, giving him the Freddie Freeman little dance salute. So now, with no outs and a leadoff double by Freeland, let's see what Ohtani's going to do. Ohtani now the tying run. Dave Roberts has his arm around the shoulder of Dalton Rushing in the dugout, kind of give him a pep talk, a little bit of schooling on what's going on here. Here's a ground ball sharply hit through into center field by Ohtani for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Freeland. So 3-2, Dodgers now trail as Ohtani gets a single to help his cause, and we're still no outs in the third inning. So the Dodgers aren't going to go away silently now. They're back and they know they're in a dogfight with this one. So nice, straight up the middle line shot by Ohtani, and that'll bring up Andy Pages now to the plate. Pitch on the way to Pages is taken way outside for ball 1. 3-2 the score. 1 ball, no strikes. Pages struck out in his first at bat. Trying to make amends right here. The pitch swung on and fouled back. So the count is now 1-1, a sweeper. And Dave Roberts continues to have a little chat with Rushing. with his arm around him, schooling him, trying to get him on the same page, maybe settle him down after letting that pass ball go by. Maybe he's taking it hard. We'll see. See how he responds to it. Meanwhile, the count is 1-1 to Pages. The pitch taken for ball 2. Fastball just missing. Ohtani at first. Twins 3, Dodgers now 2, getting that double by Freeland, a single by Ohtani, and here we are at 3-2 in this inning. Third inning. The pitch swung on and missed and down. No, it's only 2-2. Check that. Only 2-2. Don't rush myself. So Pages now has a 2-2 count. Meanwhile, Dave Roberts continues to talk to Rushing in a mentoring tone with his arm around him. Here's a pitch swung on there, just looking right there. So while I was premature on the strikeout, he is struck out nonetheless, looking on that one. So now there's 1 out. Pages caught looking. And that'll bring up now for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. Meanwhile, Joe Ryan has thrown 47 pitches already, and we're barely into the third inning. So, first pitch is taken for ball 1. Third inning, ball 1 to Freeman. Freddie Freeman struck out in his first at-bat, and the mentoring session is now over with Dave Roberts and Rushing, and we're restored back to their places in the dugout. Meanwhile, the pitch is taken for a ball 2 to Freeman. Ohtani still at first base. Twins 3, Dodgers 2. The pitch on the way is low for ball 3. The sinker missing. Ryan has now thrown 50 pitches. The 3-0 pitch on the way. Low, ball 4, and Freddie Freeman's aboard with a walk. So 3-2, Twins lead, but the Dodgers are knocking on the door for more runs. 1 out. We're only in the third inning. 2 men on. Ohtani at second, Freeman at first. 1 out. And up comes Mookie Betts. Mookie, the man who hit the solo home run in the second inning, to lead off the second. So Mookie, in that 300th career home run that he hit in the second, is the 17th active player with 3 home runs or more. 300 home runs or more. Pitch on the way is taken what? They're going to check over at first. They're going to say a swing. No, first they said ball, then they said a swing, so we're all over the map here. It is a strike. So no balls, 1 strike. 1 out. 2 men on for the Dodgers. 1 out in the third inning. 3-2 Twins lead. The pitch to Betts. There's a shot lined into left field for a base hit. Let's see what Ohtani's going to do. He's going to stop at third is what he's going to do. And the Dodgers have the bases loaded and 1 out. So Mookie now 2 for 2, beginning to feel it. And up comes Max Muncy. Muncy last night was struggling, 0 for 5, hadn't had anything all evening. Suddenly, in the 9th inning, he got himself 2 runs in on a double, and everything was restored with Muncy. He was the last guy to get a hit on the team, or even get on base, for that matter. But now it's a new day. 3-2 Twins lead. Muncy's got the bases loaded. And this is the same situation he had last night. Bases loaded. He got a double. A couple of runs came in. And let's see what Muncy's going to do now. There was a meeting at the mound. Muncy 1 for 1 with a single and a stolen base. So a nice crowd here in Minnesota on hand to see Shohei pitch. Last night, not so many people, but that may have also been due to the fact of the weather. It was a 30-minute delay, so maybe that kept the fans away as well. Back to live action. Bases loaded. Muncy to the plate. The pitch is low for ball one. You're right, Andrew. Let's go Dodgers. Let's get the sweep. Sweep the Twins. And the man that can play a big role in that is Muncy right here with the bases loaded. The pitch swung on. There's a ground ball. Base hit into right field. Picked up. Ohtani scores. Rounding and coming. No, they're not. So they just move up 90 feet. Ohtani scores. And we're now tied at 3 apiece. So 3-3 now. Dodgers tie the game after find themselves down 3-1 to start this inning. They come up with 2 runs. Runners move up 90 feet apiece on that base hit by Muncy. And Ohtani now is rejuvenated. Let's see if Ohtani can now shut down the Twins when he gets them out there. There's still a few more plays in the bullets in the Dodgers chambers yet. They're not ready to go out in the field yet as Call takes ball one. Bases loaded. Alex Call to the plate. He flew out in his first plate appearance. 1 out. Bases loaded in the 3rd inning. 3-3 tie. Joe Ryan steps off the rubber. A whole lot of action happening now in this game. The pitch swung on and a high fly ball hit out to the right fielder, Clemens. He'll make the catch. Here's a tag. Freddie Freeman coming to the plate. He will score as the ball's dropped on the cutoff man, and Freddie scores sliding, and the Dodgers now have a 4-3 lead in the 3rd inning. So that's it. Dodgers now take the lead after trailing 3-1. They come up with 3 runs in the 3rd inning, and they're not done. Nice tag and slide by Freddie Freeman to score the 4th Dodger run and the 3rd in this inning. So while the Dodgers saw the Twins score 3 in their bottom of the 2nd, the Dodgers come back with 3 of their own in the top of the 3rd. And that's where we're at now. Dodgers 4, Twins 3, and Ward is now to the plate. Ryan Ward checking in. 2 outs now in the 3rd with 2 on. The pitch is high by Joe Ryan. Meanwhile, Ryan has thrown 58 pitches, and we're not even out of the 3rd inning yet. Ryan Ward grounded out in his first plate appearance. The pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. Let's go Dodgers. Let's get the sweep. Sweep the Twins. It's all in Ohtani's hands now. He's got the lead, 4-3. Here's the pitch on the way. Is taken for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ward. And Joe Ryan has now thrown 60 pitches, 6-0. The pitch swung on and a high fly ball, and waiting under it Cummings, the first baseman. Lewis makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Dodgers in the 3rd inning, but not before they score 3 runs and take the lead in this game. Dodgers 4, Twins 3. I'll be right back after this very short, quick timeout. Okay, as we get ready now to go into the bottom of the third inning, it should be very interesting. Let's see if the little mentoring that chat that Dave Roberts had with Dalton Rushing gets things back to restored order, with Dalton Rushing behind the plate and Ohtani on the mound. They did have some mix-ups, and Dave Roberts took quite a while with a man-to-man chat with his arm around Dalton Rushing in the dugout, talking for quite a while. Let's see if that makes a difference, as the Twins now will be bringing up Buxton, Clemens, and Bell in this bottom of the third inning. Ohtani has struck out 2 in the 2 innings, but he's also given up 3 runs. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed by Buxton. Buxton, the big heavy hitter, has 25 home runs on the year, trying to go for home run number 26 and tie this game up. But he comes up empty, so it's 0-1 the count. Buxton with the bubble gum in the mouth. This pitch is taken outside and low and away for ball 1. 1-1 the count. The pitch is low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Buxton. Pitch swung on and missed. Sweeper. So the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Buxton. Buxton. This pitch is taken for a called strike 3. Got him looking on the fastball. Just hitting the corner. Buxton is staring, chewing the gum. Still stymied in his place looking. He's going to challenge that, and he will come up empty on the challenge, and down he goes. So the 6'1", 190-pounder out of Georgia takes the long walk back to the dugout. So 1 out for the Twins here in the third, and that is Ohtani's 3rd strikeout. If you're keeping track of the Jumbo Jack offer, 4 more to go for your free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink. Pitch on the way is taken for strike 1 to Cody Clemens. Clemens walked in his first plate appearance. Ohtani now rejuvenated with a 4-3 lead. The pitch is taken outside for ball 1. So 1 out, we're in the 3rd inning. Ohtani got the big fish to strike out. So now he's starting to feel it. Everybody else, he's just going to start mowing away. Swung on and missed by Clemens for a 1-2 count now. One and two, the count to Clemens. Ohtani has thrown 42 pitches. The pitch, just a little low and outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes to Clemens. A pitch swung on and missed, and down he goes. Ohtani's 4th strikeout of the evening. And you're 3 strikeouts away from that Jumbo Jack. So you got that to look forward to. 4-3. Ohtani looks like he's restored now. He struck out the first 2 guys of this inning, and there's a strike right there on a sweeper to Bell. Let's see if Ohtani can strike out the side right now. He's thrown 45 pitches already in the game. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. And he's 1 strike away from striking out the side. Josh Bell flew out in his first plate appearance, hitting .247 on the year. Ohtani working quickly. The 0-2 pitch swung on in the dirt and missed, and down he goes, and Ohtani has struck out the side. Just like that, Ohtani and Rushing looked like they got things together and scored away, at least in that inning. And the score, after 3 complete innings in Minnesota, the Dodgers 4, the Twins 3. I'll be right back after this very short timeout. So as we move along into the top of the 4th inning, fast-moving game here. Dodgers will be sending up Rushing, Dalton Rushing to the plate, followed by Freeland and then Ohtani. So hopefully the Dodgers have everything back in order between Rushing and Ohtani on the mound, as Rushing will now be coming up to the plate when we get back here. And looks like Joe Ryan will continue to pitch. Let's see if they didn't show anyone warming up in the dugout, in the bullpen. It's a beautiful day in Minnesota. Nice white puffy clouds around as Dalton Rushing now checks in, and Ryan is again on the mound. The pitch is taken for called strike 1, high and inside. Dalton Rushing struck out in his first plate appearance. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Rushing. It's taken for called strike 2. Dodgers 4, Twins 3. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 0-2 the count to Rushing. The pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Rushing. So 1 out for the Dodgers in the 4th. And up comes Alex Freeland. Freeland got things started for the Dodgers in the 3rd inning when he hit that double. And then Ohtani hit the base hit, got him in, and suddenly the Dodgers were back in track. They made it 3-2 at that point. There's a strike to Freeland. So 0-1 the count to Freeland. Rushing slams his helmet down in the Dodger dugout in total disgust, striking out. Now he's putting on his kitchen gear, ready to go out there for the bottom of the 4th. Here's a pitch is taken for called strike 2, a knuckle curve to Freeland. Joe Ryan's now thrown 66 pitches. The pitch is low for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Freeland. We're only in the 4th inning, and Joe Ryan has 67 pitches already tabbed on his tab. There's a swing and a miss, and down goes Freeland for out number 2. So Ryan, just like Ohtani did in the bottom of the 3rd, has struck out the first 2 men that he faced. Ohtani struck out the side, so Joe Ryan's 1 man away from duplicating that action. And the man he'll be facing is Shohei Ohtani. Let's see what you're going to do, Ohtani versus Ryan, right now. The pitch just a little outside for ball 1. Ohtani singled in Freeland in that top of the 3rd inning to get things started for the Dodgers. So he's got an RBI single and a run scored himself. And the pitch is high for ball 2. Dodgers 4, Twins 3. We're in the 4th inning. 2 outs and a 2-0 count to Ohtani. Swung on and it fouled off of Ohtani, and he felt that one. Hit his foot or his lower part of the leg, and he had to step out of the batter's box on that one. The pain. Let's see, the swing, and right off of the front lead foot, the right foot. You could hear it from here. It almost sounded like Homer Simpson with that loud grunt. So Joe Ryan's now thrown 71 pitches. 4-3 Dodgers over the Twins. We're in the 4th. 2 outs. 2-1 the count to Ohtani. Swung on and missed by Ohtani. That was way inside. He swung at ball 3. But nonetheless, it's 2-2 count. Two and two the count. The pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Ohtani. So that'll do it for the Dodgers in the 4th. They go quietly. In fact, Joe Ryan struck out the side just like Ohtani did in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Meanwhile, the score after 3.5, Dodgers 4, Twins 3. Be right back after this short timeout. Okay, back and better than ever for the bottom of the 4th inning. Thank you, folks, for tuning in, enjoying this broadcast. If you're enjoying it, please hit the thumbs up. That'll help people come into this broadcast, let them know that we're out here doing this thing, and get a little action going here in the chat room, perhaps. If you're enjoying it and really would like to see me do other broadcasts for you, please hit the subscribe button. That would also help along the way. Okay, now that that is done, Caratini will now be leading off for the Twins, followed by Lewis and then Lee. So they'll be facing Ohtani in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ohtani's already struck out 4 guys through 3 innings. And if you're keeping track of that Jumbo Jack offer, you got 3 more strikeouts to go to get it with a purchase of a large drink. So after this game, Dodgers take the travel day off tomorrow. Dodgers looking to sweep the Twins with a victory tonight. They'll have a happy road trip down to Southern California to take on the San Diego Padres on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then after that little brief road trip in San Diego, they're off to Vegas to play to the A's on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Independence Promotion Day, July 4th at 7:10 versus the Padres. First 40,000 fans receive a commemorative 250th coin. So if you're in the area on July 4th, Saturday night, you want to see the Padres and Dodgers roll around on the field for a few hours, you can get a free coin in the process of that. So anyways, Ohtani now up on top of the mound and ready to face Caratini. Dodgers 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Twins 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. And as Ohtani finishes his last couple of warm-ups, he'll be now facing Caratini. So 47 pitches Ohtani's thrown. The 2nd inning, it got away from him a little bit with 22 pitches. That's when they Twins did all the damage, scoring 3 runs, but then he settled down to only pitch 13 in the 3rd and strike out the side. So let's see. Maybe there's a communication problem here. Ohtani kind of signaling that maybe he's talking to the umpire. And the interpreter will now come out and find out what's bugging Ohtani. He's pointing to the transmitter. It's under his left arm or something like that. Let's see. So there's a pitch count deal. They're going to send the interpreter out there. No, interpreter is going to give it to Pryor, who's going to toss it over to Muncy, who's going to now retrieve it to Ohtani to the mound. So Dodgers with a 4-3 lead. We're about ready to get the bottom of the fourth here underway. Just a little bit of a communication problem here, holding up. And Caratini now waiting in. The pitch swung on, and a high fly ball hit out to Muncy. Coming in quickly from left field is Ward to make the catch for out number one. So first ball swinging by Caratini, helping out Ohtani, keeping the pitch count a little lower. So one out in the fourth. Dodgers 4, Twins 3. And Royce Lewis comes up. He struck out in his last plate appearance, hitting .204, 7 home runs and 21 ribbies. We're in the fourth inning. One out. Twins trying to tie this game with one swing. There's a swing and a miss, a sinker by Lewis. So 0-1 the count. The pitch is taken for called strike 2. Ohtani's already struck out 4, and we're in the fourth inning. The pitch is taken for called strike 3, and down he goes. Ohtani's 5th strikeout of the game. So fourth inning, 2 outs now. Dodgers lead 4-3. And up comes Lee. Brooks Lee now checking in. 4-3, and up comes Lee. 4-3 score. 1 ball, no strikes to Lee. The pitch swung on and missed. 2 outs. 1-1 count to Lee. Pitch is taken outside, a sinker for ball 2. So things look like they've pretty much settled down between Dalton rushing behind the plate and Ohtani. They had all kinds of mix-ups and communication problem in that second inning, which has resulted in 3 runs for the Twins. And after a brief chat from Dave Roberts to Rushing, things look like they're restored in the third inning and well into this fourth inning. There's a 3-1 count now. Again, no sign when Will Smith will be back. Still waiting on that word. Doesn't look like it'll happen in this road trip. The pitch is high and away for ball 4 on a sinker, and Ohtani has walked a man. So now there's 1 on with 2 outs. And up comes Tristan Gray. Gray playing second base today. There's a line shot down the line and in the corner into right field. Trying to pick that up is Ward call out there, but by the time he does, runners will be on second and third, and on with a double goes Gray. So Gray's at second on that double. So now there's 2 on with 2 outs. And the Twins aren't done yet. They're not going away quietly, fighting themselves back in this game. Still 4-3. And that'll bring up Kreidler to the plate. The pitch on the way is inside for ball 1. So Ohtani was cruising, moving along nicely, gives up the walk, and now a double. And you got a runners on second and third with 2 outs and a 1 ball, no strike to Kreidler. The pitch. There's a little ground ball handled by Mookie. Oh, kind of throws over to Freeland, got it. Freeman at first base for the out, but it was kind of an awkward play, but a nice play nonetheless by Mookie Betts. Decided to take the long throw, and that'll do it. So the score after 4 complete, Dodgers 4, Twins 3. Be right back after this brief break. So as we move into the top of the 5th inning on a nice play by Mookie Betts, gloving that, going to his left, and then doing a 360-degree turn to throw over to Freddie Freeman at first base in time. The Dodgers keep the lead at 4-3 and stifle the threat that they had going with 2 men in scoring position right there. So 4-3, Dodgers keep the lead, and now they'll be sending up in the 5th inning Pages, Freeman, and Betts. And if anybody gets on, Max Muncy. So a couple of nice defensive plays in this series by Mookie Betts. Last night, he made a dazzler to keep the runners from scoring, and he did the same thing in this inning right here. So I know Mookie sometimes gets criticized for blowing the easy one, but in this case, he made a couple of difficult ones. There's a high pop-up, major league pop-up, caught by shortstop Kreidler. So first ball swinging and out number 1, down goes Pages. So Mookie Betts, defensive runs saved in 2025 plus 17, already in this year plus 7. And he hasn't even played the whole season. Remember, he came in late into the season, so he is doing it in fine fashion defensively. Here's a pitch swung on and base hit, whacked into right field by Freddie Freeman, and he's aboard. So Joe Ryan has now thrown 75 pitches, and we're barely into the 5th inning. So 1 on, 1 out. And up comes Mookie Betts, the man that made a great play right now, keeping the Dodgers with a lead. If that ball gets through, 2-run score, and who knows what happens after that. So with 1 on, 1 out, Betts steps up to the plate. There's a shot hit down into right field and in the corner. Going out there to Clemens, bangs up against the wall, but by the time he throws it in, Freeman is at third, Mookie's at second with a double. And he's doing the Freddie Freeman dance proudly, standing on second base. So now the Dodgers have 2 men on with 1 out. Let's see if they can get some runs in. 4-3 Dodgers lead. Mookie's having quite a game. Doing it with a glove and doing it with a bat. So Muncy to the plate now. The pitch is taken for called strike 1, a splitter. Muncy 2 for 2. 2 singles in this game. Joe Ryan, meanwhile, has thrown 77 pitches. The pitch is taken for called strike 2. So Muncy's had quite a game, 2 singles, a stolen base, a run scored. He's all over the place, making his imprint on this game. And let's see, Joe Ryan now steps off the mound, yelling something. 0-2 is the count to Muncy. 1 out, 2 on. And now Quarantini is going to come out from behind the plate and come up and have a few words with Ryan to see what's going on with him. We're in the 5th inning, 1 out. Runners at second and third for the Dodgers. An 0-2 count to Muncy. Dodgers leading 4-3. If you joined us late, Dodgers got 1 in the second. Twins answered with 3 in their bottom of the second. Dodgers 3 in their third. And that's where we're at right now, 4-3. Muncy to the plate. 0-2 the count. 2 men on, 1 out. We're in the 5th. The pitch swung on and fouled away and back up into the stands. 0-2 the count to Muncy. Pitch is low, sinker missing for ball one. One ball, two strikes to Muncy. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and down goes Muncy. That was a big strikeout. Now he can't get the scoring fly ball in. So now there's 2 outs. And 2 remain on base. And up comes Call. Call 0 for 1 tonight. The pitch swung on, and there's a line right into center field. Buxton will handle that, and that'll do it for the Dodgers in the 5th inning. So what looked to be promising with 2 men on in scoring position and 1 out fizzles out quickly. But the Dodgers still have the lead 4-3 as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. I'll be right back right after this. Okay, so as we move into the bottom of the 5th inning, it will be the top of the order for the Twins. Larnach, Buxton, and Clemens. Hitters 1, 2, and 3. And if anyone gets on, Bell, the DH, will be coming up. So Ohtani with a 4-3 lead. Looks like his finger is held up so far. No sign of blood. That blister doesn't appear to have reopened. And Dodgers with 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Twins 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. And the first pitch on the way by Ohtani is taken for called strike 1. Twins challenge that, and let's see what's going to happen. It is, call overturned. It is a ball, they're going to say. So no longer 0-1, it's 1-0 by the skin of it, very thinnest of margins. The pitch swung on. There's a shot hit down to Freddie Freeman. He's going to underhand to Ohtani coming over for the out. So 1 out for the Twins on a nice 4-1, actually 3-1 put out. And that'll bring up Buxton. Buxton, man with handle with care written all over him. 25 home runs, can tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. He's done it 25 times this season with 25 home runs. Ohtani, meanwhile, has thrown 61 pitches so far in this game. So his pitch count isn't too high. Let's see what Buxton's going to do. There's a ground ball, first ball swinging. It's hit down to Muncy, throws on over in time to get him at first base. So that'll help the cause of Ohtani staying in a little bit longer when you go first ball swinging up there like Buxton did. And now there's 2 outs in the 5th inning. And this is where Ohtani was at last inning. He got 2 quick outs, and then he had to sweat it out with a walk and a double, and got out of that inning on a fantastic play by Betts. So don't relax yet, Ohtani. You still got one more out to get before you're out of this inning. Nice glove and running play by Muncy at third, and there's a called strike one to Clemens. 0-1 the count. If you're enjoying the broadcast, please give it a thumbs up. Help bring in more people in. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see me keep doing games. Meanwhile, back to live action. Ohtani's thrown 63 pitches. It's an 0-1 count to Clemens. 4-3 Dodgers lead. The pitch swung on and missed for strike two on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. So Ohtani's one strike away from getting out of this inning right here and becoming the pitcher of record. Pitch way outside. Curveball missing badly. So 1-2 count. Ohtani's thrown 65 pitches, and the pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Count remains 1-2. One-two pitches in the dirt. Splitter bouncing up there for a 2-2 count. This is what I say, Ohtani, you can't lose the edge right now. Go after it, get him. You saw what happened last time when you walked a man. You got a next guy up with a double. And you were lucky to get out of that inning unscathed. There's a ground foul. Clemens hanging tough, Bell on deck. 2-2 the count to Clemens. 2 outs, 5th inning. Dodgers 4, Twins 3. Ohtani with a nice long look into rushing, and the pitch swung on. There's a shot right down to Freddie Freeman. He'll do it himself, and that'll do it for the Twins in the 5th inning. Score, Dodgers 4, Twins 3. I'll be right back after this very short break. Okay, so as we get ready to move in to the top of the 6th inning, the Dodgers will be sending up Ward, Rushing, and Freeland to the plate. Ward is 0-2, Rushing's 0-2, and Freeland 1-2. Freeland will be credited for starting that big rally in the 3rd inning when he got a double, and then Ohtani singled him home, and then from there the Dodgers went on to score 3 runs in the 3rd inning and take the lead, and that's where we're at, 4-3. So Joe Ryan still hanging in there, all battered and bruised and pitched a lot of pitches, and he's still out there in the 6th inning. So credit to Joe Ryan, only trailing by 1 run. Ryan Ward, meanwhile, is 0-2 with a ground out and a fly out. And the 1-0 pitch is taken inside for ball 2. So my surprise, while Joe Ryan is still hanging in there, he's pitched 84 pitches, but it didn't look like he would be around this long in the 3rd inning when the Dodgers were hammering him. But he settled down. There's a swing and a miss by Ward. Four to 3. We're in the 6th, and both Ryan and Ohtani have made it this far. Pitch swung on and missed. A fastball. It'll now be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to Ryan Ward. Joe Ryan, the pitch. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. There's a ground ball hit down to the second baseman, Gray. He'll throw it on over to Lewis at first, and there's out number 1. A 4-3 put out, and down goes Ward. So with 1 out, up comes Dalton Rushing. So Dalton Rushing and Ohtani had a bit of a mix-up getting out of that bottom of the 2nd inning. Then Dave Roberts calmly put his arm around Rushing, had a little meeting with him in the dugout, and order looks to have been restored. There's a swing and a miss. So for the next 3 innings after that little meeting that Dave Roberts had with Rushing, the Twins have not scored a run. Let's see if they can keep it going into the bottom of the 6th. But right now we're in the top of the 6th, and it's a 4-3 Dodger lead. Rushing waiting in, 0-1 the count. Swung on and missed again, 0-2. Fastball. The 0-2 pitch now from Ryan to Rushing is swung on and foul popped up out of the glove of Caratini. I think if he catches that, he's out. It would have been a foul tip. Meanwhile, Joe Ryan has now thrown 91 pitches. Oh, 0-2 the count to Rushing. Pitch is high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch taken for a called strike 3, and down he goes on a knuckle curve, and now there's 2 outs. So a bit of a tough struggle continues for Dalton Rushing at the plate. And now with 2 outs, that'll bring up Alex Freeland, the man that got it all started for the Dodgers in the top of the 3rd inning. Now comes up to the plate. So this may very well be Ryan's last inning of work. He's thrown 93 pitches. And this pitch on the way to Freeland, a knuckle curve, is taken for ball 1. 94th pitch. Pitch is taken for called strike 1. And Dalton Rushing continues to beat his hands against his head in the dugout, very visibly upset with himself. He's a man that wears his emotions on his sleeve, and pounding his head is very much off of the sleeve. There's a 2-1 count now to Freeland. It's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Alex Freeland 1 for 2, double and a run scored. And the pitch is taken for called strike 2 in the sweeper. And Ryan has now thrown 97 pitches, a 2-2 count. So Dalton rushing. There'll be better days. There's a high fly ball, and Joe Ryan's hitting himself on the neck. Oh, what a catch in the made by Clemens, running to the warning track to make it. Joe Ryan was visibly upset when he pitched that ball. He thought that was gone, and Clemens made a fantastic catch, going away to his right and making that catch at the warning track, banging into the wall as he did it. And Joe Ryan holds his hands high in the air, and that'll do it for the Dodgers in the top of the 6th inning. And Joe Ryan did not think that that ball was staying in the ballpark when it left his glove initially. And now the score is, at the end of 5.5 innings, the Dodgers 4, the Twins 3. I'll be right back after this short break. Okay, as we move in to the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll now be Bell, Quarantini, and Lewis coming up for the Twins. Dodgers still lead 4-3. A nice running catch out there by Clemens to end the inning for the Dodgers in the top of the 6th inning, catching that Alex Freeland shot to right field. So let's see what Ohtani's going to do now. So Joe Ryan leaves with throwing 98 pitches, 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 9 strikeouts, and 1 walk. So it didn't appear as though he had struck out that many, and now that I look at it, wow, he was mowing them down. There's a pitch on the way to Bell. He has to do a little foot jig dance to get out of the way of that. Meanwhile, in the bullpen for the Twins is Anthony Banda. Begins to get up and throw, the lefty. So Bell standing up there as Ohtani has thrown 71 pitches right now, taken for ball 2, a fastball. So Josh Bell has flied out and struck out. The pitch on the way is taken outside high and outside for ball 3, and Ohtani is on the brink of walking the opening leadoff man of this inning. 3 balls, no strikes. Ohtani to the windup, the 3-0 pitch, swung on and fouled away. Quarantini on deck. 3-1 count to Bell. The pitch swung on and missed, and suddenly the count is now 3-2 on the sweeper. 4-3 Dodgers lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Full count to Bell. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. Count remains 3-2. Ohtani's now thrown 75 pitches. And the 3-2 pitch swung on and missed, and down he goes. So Ohtani recovers nicely after falling behind 3-0 in the count. He gets him to strike out. Nicely done by Shohei. And that'll be the 7th strikeout. So with that, you'll get your free Jumbo Jack at Jack in the Box with any purchase of a large drink. Meanwhile, Ohtani's now thrown 77 pitches. Victor Caratini checks in. 1 ball, no strikes. Caratini's 1 for 2 this evening. And the pitch is taken low and outside for ball 2. So Ohtani getting a little sloppy now, throwing more and more pitches here, and the Twins are being a little more disciplined at the plate, not going up there first ball swinging. Ohtani's now thrown 78 pitches, 2 balls, no strikes to Caratini. Dodgers 4, Twins 3. Pitch on the way. Low for ball 3 on the cutter. So once again, Ohtani takes the long route. 3 balls, no strikes. 4-3 score, Dodgers lead. The pitch right down the middle for a strike. So that was Ohtani's 80th pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike. Caratini's now. He's got Caratini's attention. The pitch. Oh, strike 2. The count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Victor Caratini now finds a count 3-2. The pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. He did it again. So he teases them, snatches them right out of there and rips their heart right out from under them. It happened to Bell, it happened to Caratini, and suddenly there's 2 more strikeouts in this inning after starting with a 3-0 count. What you gonna do, Ohtani? Now Lewis is up there. The pitch on the way is taken for called strike 1. Ohtani's not fallen behind 3-0 to this guy. Royce Lewis has struck out twice. Ohtani feeling confident he can go and get him right now. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken for called strike 2. 1 strike away from striking out the side is Ohtani. 0-2 the count. 4-3 Dodgers lead. We're in the 6th, 2 outs. There's a swing and a line foul down the third base side. So Shohei now with his glove to his mouth, waiting, and now back up on the mound. The 0-2 pitch to Lewis. In the dirt and away for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. We're in this bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. The pitch swung on and fouled at the way at the plate. A sinker. One ball, 2 strikes to Lewis. 2 outs, 6th inning. Dodgers 4, Twins 3. The pitch taken low for ball 2, a sweeper. So Ohtani, the first 2 hitters, you let him go 3-0 and then came back and struck him out. And now Lewis, he's doing the exact opposite. He's got him 0-2, and now he's letting him off the hook here with a 2-2 count. What you gonna do, Ohtani, right now? Go after him. Pitch. Swung on. There's a ground ball hit sharply to Betts. Sliding, throwing, got him. Nice play by Betts yet again at shortstop, and Ohtani yells out at him with a fist in the air. Nice play by Mookie again at shortstop. The score after 6 complete innings in Minnesota. The Dodgers 4, the Twins 3. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th inning right after this. Okay, so Shohei has put on quite a show tonight, as the only stumbling block he had was in that 2nd inning. He gave up 3 runs, but once the little meeting between Dave Roberts and Dalton Rushing was restored, they've now gone 1, 2, 3, 4 scoreless innings after that. Ohtani's allowed 3 runs, 5 hits. And a lot of that was done in that 2nd inning. Dodgers started with 1 in the 2nd and got 3 in the 3rd to take the lead, and that's where we're at. So if you happen to tune in, catch the first 3 innings of this game, you're right up to date with where we're at now. Still same score, 4-3 Dodgers lead. So for the Dodgers, it'll be Ohtani now coming in, leading off. The top of the order for the Dodgers. It'll be Ohtani, followed by Pages, and then Freeman, and if anybody gets on, Mookie Betts. Mookie's been the big player of the game so far in this game. He's got 3 hits and made a couple of defensive, dazzling plays out there and at shortstop. Now we got a new pitcher on for the Twins, facing Shohei. Banda in there, the lefty on lefty action. Taken for ball 2. Banda with 2 little earrings on, glasses, whole lot of tats, mustache. He's got the full kit. Little goatee. He's got everything on the mound. The pitch on the way. Taken for called strike 1, a sinker. Can't see what kind of haircut he has, but it is shaved off on the sides with a cap. The pitch on the way is taken high for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ohtani facing Banda. The 3-1 pitch to Ohtani. Taken for called excuse me, losing my voice there. Taken for called strike 2, so now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ohtani. Ohtani, the Dodgers challenged that, and it is a strike, and the crowd erupts with a big applause. So full count. Banda looking in, and now Ohtani has seen enough. He pulls out. His hair is soaking wet from perspiration, with a helmet on, pitching, hitting. He's doing it all tonight. And now he's up there in a 3-2 count. 1 for 3 is Ohtani. He got that single that started it off with a rally with bringing in Freeland in the 3rd inning. There's a pitch taken, ball 4, and they're going to challenge this one. I think Ohtani might lose this. Let's see. The Twins might win this challenge. Let's see. Indeed, it is strike 3, and down goes Ohtani. Oh my, just by the inches and inches of inches. So Ohtani strikes out to start the 7th inning. So 1 out in the 7th. Banda gets him. And that brings up Pages. The pitch is taken for called ball one. Banda, former Dodger, getting his World Series ring, and they gathered around him for a picture, and now he's up there facing the Dodgers. The pitch is outside for ball two. So a nice little presentation before the game, giving Banda his World Series ring that he earned last year with the Dodgers, now with the Twins this year. Pitch swung on and fouled away. So a nice moment before the game, and right now it's all business as Banda strikes out Ohtani. And he's going after Pages. 2-1 the count to Pages. A pitch taken for called strike two. Meanwhile, in the Dodger bullpen is Kyle Hurt, hard-throwing right-hander, is up aggressively warming up right now. 4-3 Dodgers lead. We're in the 7th inning. 2-2 the count to Pages. The pitch on the way. Low and inside for ball three. Did that hit him? And Banda doesn't believe it. Pages taking off his shin gear, and that ball did hit him in the right foot. And yep, Pages is aboard. So, well, Banda doesn't believe it. Proof is in the video, and Pages is aboard with a hit by pitch. And up comes Freddie Freeman, 1 for 2. Dodgers need some insurance runs here. Pitch is high, and for ball one, catcher Quarantini stood up as he's going to throw to second base, but Pages didn't go after all. Pages was gunned down stealing earlier in this series, so he's not taking any chances on getting thrown out now. Not with a 4-3 slimmest of leads. Here's a pitch on the way to Freeman, swung on and fouled away. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Freddie Freeman. Dodgers lead 4-3. Mookie Betts on deck. Ohtani struck out to lead off this 7th. And Kyle Hurt warming up in the bullpen, so he may be coming in the 7th inning, and that might be it for Ohtani. Let's see. Meanwhile, Banda on the mound. The pitch taken very high for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. There goes Pages, the throw down, he's stolen it. So Pages did go and steal it. The count, that was a ball. So now that's 3 balls and 1 strike. And Pages is aboard safely with that steal. Pages away from second. The pitch, there's a shot lined into center field for a base hit and picked up by Buxton. Cruising over to third will be Pages. He's not going to challenge Buxton. And now we got runners on second. We got runners at third. Pages at third, Freeman at first, and Mookie Betts coming to the plate. Mookie Betts got a solo home run to start things off in the 2nd inning, and he's been dazzling the Dodgers ever since. In this game, he's got 3 hits, including that home run. He's got hit for the cycle, LA Dodger history. So he is on the verge of hitting for the cycle. He needs that elusive triple. He's got a double, he's got a single, he's got a home run. Let's see if he can get a triple right here and hit for the cycle. Pitch on the way from Banda is taken for called strike 1, a sinker right down the middle. Buki, meanwhile, has 1 career cycle in 2018 versus the Blue Jays when he was with the Red Sox, so he does have a cycle in his past. The pitch, high for ball 2. Mookie waiting in. 4-3, Dodgers lead. Runners on the corners with 1 out. There's a ball down low at the feet. Meanwhile, in the bullpen is Gomez, the hard-throwing right-hander. Banda, the former Dodger, pitch on the way to Betts is a high fly ball. Catcher coming out, third baseman coming in. He's there, he's got it as Lee. So there's out 2 outs. Runners remain on the corner. So again, that's a big out. Can't get the scoring fly ball on that now. Dodgers needing desperately some insurance runs going into this later innings here. So that was a big out right there. And up comes Max Muncy. What you gonna do, Muncy? Banta wading in. Pitch is high, very high, sinker for ball 1. Muncy 2 for 3, 2 singles, RBI, stolen base. So he's put his footprint well into this game. Dodgers with a slimmest of lead, 4-3. Banta's pitch is taken for called strike 1, a slider. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled away. It's 1-2. So let's see if Banta's going to go after Muncy right here for the fastball and strike him out. Runners on the corners. 2 outs, 7th inning. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and down goes Muncy. So he strikes out. Muncy flips the bat away in disgust, and the Dodgers are done in the 7th inning. The score after 6.5 innings in Minnesota, the Dodgers 4, the Twins 3. I'll be right back with the bottom of the 7th inning right after this. Okay, so now the call to the bullpen. We're back and better than ever, and Kyle Hertz on the mound. The pitch on the way is low, and ball 1 bouncing up there. Kyle Hertz been in 26 games, struck out 32, 9 walks, allowed 2 home runs. Let's see what he's going to do here. 1 ball, no strikes. Facing Brandon Lee, and the pitch is Brooks Lee. Check that. Pitch is taken for ball 2. Lee is 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, and a run. 4-3, Dodgers lead by the slimmest of margins. Pitch is taken for a strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Hurt with a long look, and the pitch is low for ball 3. So Ohtani pitched his heart out and leaves leading. He can win. He can have nothing to do with it, but he can't lose. There's a pitch. Now they're going to go to the tap the helmet and see if that was a strikeout. Let's see. The challenge. The Dodgers, what is it? It looks like a strike. And it is a strike, so it's overturned, and now it's a 3-2 count. So Lee was ready to take his base, but Dodgers said not so fast. Pulled him back and challenged him, and the Dodgers win the challenge. So now the count is full, 3-2. 4-3, Dodgers lead. We're in the 7th inning. And Kyle Hurt has now inherited Ohtani's game. Let's see what he's going to do with it. The pitch, low, and he walked the leadoff man. Cardinal sin in baseball, when you come in, you don't want to give up a walk to the leadoff. Shohei, meanwhile, could throw the books at him. 89 pitches, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks. 3 runs, 2 of them were earned. That one pass ball by Dalton Rushing. So Ohtani gave up 2 earned runs in this game. Meanwhile, the pitch on the way to Gray has taken a changeup for strike 1. Tristan Gray, 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Scored a run. 4-3, Dodgers lead. We're in the 7th. 1 on. Brooks just walked. And the pitch is taken for ball 1. Changeup. Dodgers 4, Twins 3, bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch swung on and missed, a changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So let's see, Hurt. Now's the time to strike him out. You got him this far. Then you can double up the next guy coming up. That man on deck will be Kreidler, the shortstop. Meanwhile, small lead, Lee away from first. There's a swing and a foul ball along the third base line and out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gray. Dodgers trying to get out of here with a win and sweep the Twins. The Twins trying to at least salvage one of the games before the Dodgers get out of town. Hurt throws over to first, diving back as Lee safe after the tag by Freeman. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Swung on and missed, and down he goes. So Hurt did just that, striking out. So he strikes out Gray, and now Kreidler coming up. So that makes amends for that walk. Let's see if he can get Ryan Kreidler, who's 1 for 2, 2 runs and a single. He scored 2 runs and he singled. Let's see if he can get him to double up right here. Here's a pitch taken low for ball 1. Shoot 2 infield. Let's go. We're at Target Field in Minnesota. Pitch is low. They're going to check over at first. No swing. As Kreidler went around with a half swing, they said, nope, no swing. So 2 balls and no strike. Kreidler still hanging tough. 4-3 Dodgers lead by the slimmest of margins. All of the action happened in the first 3 innings of this game, and it's been nothing, nada, ever since. At least from the scoring wise. 2-0 the count to Kreidler. Throw over to first base, back again. Diving is Lee. One out in the 7th. The pitch swung on and missed by Kreidler. It's 1-2. 2-1 now. Hurt looking in. The 2-1 pitch. There's a shot. High fly ball. In comes Pages. He's there. Hands in the air. He'll get it for the out. And running back to first base is Lee. And suddenly there's 2 outs now in the 7th inning. 2 outs in the 7th. 4-3 Dodgers lead. And now we'll go to the top of the order. So Trevor Larnach now comes up. He's 0 for 3, hitting .276 on the season. Man at first, 2 outs. Larnach to the plate. He's going to second base. Blow gets away and goes into center field. Mookie kind of slipped. The ball went over his head and into center field, but Pages backing it up nicely. And no harm, no foul. Hopefully Mookie isn't hurt. He appears okay. We would like to see a replay of what exactly happened on that. Mookie slipped on the base as he tried to get the throw. He lost his footing. So just a freak play there, and the runner's aboard with a stolen base. So Larnach now has a man in scoring position. Pitch is taken low for ball 1 and a changeup. So that was a strange play indeed. Mookie had his foot on the bag, waiting for the throw, and then his legs just collapsed and the throw went over his head, and the runner Lee slid safely into second base. 1-1 the count. As a pitch bounces up to the plate, so 2 balls and 1 strike. Two outs in the 7th. Nice backhanded catch by Rushing to keep that from going to the backstop. Runner at second, 2 outs. The pitch taken low for ball 2. 3, check that, ball 3. Buxton waiting on deck. The pitch. And that's ball 4. And now you got Buxton coming up. Oh boy, big trouble here. Buxton with his 25 home runs coming up to the plate. Buxton struck out his last plate appearance. Alex Vesia now warming up in the Dodger bullpen. Mark Prior, the pitching coach, will now go out and have a few words with Kyle Hurt. 2 out, 2 on, 7th inning, 4-3 lead, but the Twins are threatening. Don't go away yet. This game is far from over, and Buxton coming in. Coming up to the plate, that is. So as they chat over things, we'll remind you, tomorrow the Dodgers will be having the day off, the travel day, flying to San Diego to take on the Padres on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Buxton, 0 for 3, grounded out in the 5th inning. This season with runners in scoring position, he's hitting 164, a dismal 164, 1 double, 3 home runs. A pitch on the way, taken for called strike 1. So while he has 25 home runs, He hasn't been carrying a big stick with runners in scoring position like he's got now. Here's a pitch swung on and fouled away, a fastball. Oh, and 2 the count. So Hurt's got him on the ropes. He's got to go after him right now. Set up your best pitch and let's go. Let's get him. Let's get out of this inning. The pitch is high and away outside for ball 1. One and 2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Change up missing. Four to 3. Dodgers lead. 2 outs in the 7th. Runners at second and first for the Twins. The 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled away. Nubler down the third baseline. Two and 2 the count to Buxton. There's a shot, high fly ball waiting under his Freddie Freeman at first. He's going to get out of the inning. He's got it, and down go the Twins. And Hurt is relieved at that. The score after 7 complete innings remains Dodgers 4, Twins 3. I'll be right back with the 8th inning right after this brief timeout. So as we get ready to move in to the top of the 8th inning, the Dodgers will be setting up Call to the plate, facing Gomez, Ward, and Rushing. And if anybody gets on, Freeland. Just a quick look at the road ahead for the Dodgers. As I said, tomorrow they're off. Then they take on the Padres Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then they move on to take on the A's in Vegas Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that 3-game series starts in San Diego on Friday. So that should be a good one. Padres have fallen off of late after losing to the Dodgers in that last series that they played, but you never know when these two teams get together what can happen. There's a pitch by Gomez taken for called strike 1. Gomez, 35 strikeouts, 18 walks, and has allowed 5 home runs in his 31 games he's appeared. The pitch is high for a ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 to Call. Call has filled in nicely out there in right field for Tucker. And Tucker should be back with all indications that I'm hearing for the Friday night series against the Padres. We'll see what happens there. The pitch on the way to call, swung on and fouled away. 2-2 the count. Gomez looking down. The 2-2 pitch with a long look in on the way. Swung on and a high fly ball out to Buxton in center. He's under it. He's got it for out number 1. 1 out in the 8th inning. Dodgers lead 4-3 by the slimmest of margins. We're in the 8th, 1 out. And that'll now bring up Ward, Ryan Ward coming up. So Gomez looking in. The pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Vesia still throwing in the bullpen for the Dodgers, ready to come in the 8th inning to face the Twins. The pitch on the way, swung on and fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Ward 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a pop out, hitting .208. Pitch swung on and high fly ball. Waiting under it is Guerre at second base. He's got it for out number 2. So with 2 outs now in the 8th, up comes Dalton Rushing. Rushing has had an unusual game. He struck out 3 times. He's been very hard on himself after striking out, going back to the Dodger dugout, hammering his hands to his face, visibly upset. He and Ohtani had some mix-ups in the 2nd inning, had a brief meeting with Dave Roberts. Things have been restored, and guess there was some pitch. He had a pass ball, so it's been a tough game for Rushing, indeed, but he's still hanging in there and battling into the 8th inning. 2 outs, 4-3 Dodgers lead. No word in sight when Will Smith will be back with the Dodgers. They don't figure he'll make it through this road trip with the team. There's a pitch swung on and fouled. Moving over is the third baseman Lee. Unfouled territories. Got it for the out, and the 3rd out indeed. So that'll do it for the Dodgers in the 8th inning. After 7.5 innings, the score, Dodgers 4, Twins 3. We move into the bottom of the 8th, and Vesia will be coming in right after this. I'll be right back after a short break. So as we get ready to move into the bottom of the 8th inning, Vesia will be facing Clemens, Bell, and Quarantini. Clemens is 0 for 2, Bell's 0 for 3, and Quarantini's 1 for 3. Vesia will have his hands full. You never know what happens when these guys get together. Dodgers trying to sweep the Twins, winning the first 2 games of this series. Head out of here with a sweep and have a travel day tomorrow before they play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in San Diego against the Padres. Thank you so much for tuning in to the broadcast. If you're enjoying it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear me give more play-by-play of future Dodger games, subscribe to the channel. I'll also be doing NFL, Rams, Chargers, some USC football, Notre Dame football. I'll be going hard with the football when football season comes in 2 more months. September it all kicks off. But right now we're all about baseball and the Dodgers, the 2-time world champion Dodgers, if you please. So Hang in there. Dodgers now bringing up Vesia. Let's see what they can do. Clemens will be coming up. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike. High and in tight. So the stream is down. Not going to try to fool you. I'm looking at what you're looking at. Clemens on the Game Day 3D broadcast here. Taken for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. It looks like the stream is down. Let's see. Should I dare reset? It's an internal thing. Let's see how long I give it before I panic and reset my system here. I know it's on their end. It's unusual. First time this has happened where the stream goes down. I'm going to go ahead and reset and see if I can get something. Let's watch what Clemens does here. Swing and a miss, and down he goes for out number 1. See if I can get reconnected here. And up comes Bell. Okay, back to live action. Got the stream back up. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. So 0-2 now the count. Andrew Morris for the Twins starts to warm up in the bullpen. 1 out, 8th inning, 0-2 the count to Bell. And the pitch. Strikes him out and down he goes. So 2 outs now for the Dodgers, for the Twins in the 8th inning. So Vesia has come in throwing smoke, and he blows out the first 2 guys he faces in this inning. So now the Twins are down to their last 4 outs of the game. There we start counting how many outs to go. So 4 outs to go. We're 1 more in this inning. And Quarantini coming up. Pitch is taken inside hard and for ball 1. Victor Quarantini 1 for 3 with a single and a run. Hitting .238, 6 home runs and 30 ribbies. Vesia takes steps behind the mound with a big sigh of relief. Takes a big breath. Now he's back up on the mound ready to go. 1 ball, no strikes. And here's the pitch. Taken for called strike 1. Changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch is taken for called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on. There's a line shot into left field for a base hit. Picked up by Ward, and Quarantini is aboard. So with 2 outs in the 8th, he gets a line shot base hit into left field. And up comes Lewis. Royce Lewis, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Hanging in there now at the plate. The pitch taken right down the middle for called strike 1. Ohtani's the pitcher of record. If the Dodgers can hold on to this lead, Ohtani will get the win. The pitch swung on and missed. 0-2 now, 1 strike away. 1 on, 2 outs, 0-2 count to Lewis. 4-3 Dodgers lead in the 8th inning. The pitch swung on and foul. Very close, so by the slimmest of margins. Oh and 2, the count remains to Lewis. Dodgers 4, Twins 3. We're in the 8th inning. 2 outs and 1 on. Dodgers 4 outs away from a sweep. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and line shot into left field. Ward picks it up, and runners are now on second and first. 2 on, 2 outs, and the Twins aren't done yet. And there will be a pitching trip to the pitching mound right now. Mark Pryor is going out there, have some words with Vesia. It started out so fine. He got the first 2 guys a strikeout, and now he finds himself with his back a little bit to the wall here with 2 on, with 2 outs. 8th inning. Four, 3 Dodgers lead. We're in the 8th. Two on, 2 outs, 8th inning. Dodgers 4, Twins 3. Lee now coming up. Brooks Lee. Brooks Lee 1 for 1, single, 2 walks, and a run and a stolen base. Coming in, hitting .241, 13 home runs and 45 ribbies. He's got a man in scoring position. Vesia, the pitch, very high, ball 1 on the changeup, missing badly. Gray waiting on deck. The pitch right down the middle for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vesia trying to keep himself loose on the mound. He struck out the first 2 guys, and suddenly he's allowed the next 2 after that on base. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So once again, Vesia is 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Let's see if he can do it. Eighth inning, 4-3 Dodgers lead. 1-2 the count to Lee. Vesia looks down to Rushing, gets the sign. checks the runners. The 1-2 pitch is taken low for ball 2 on a slider missing. Two and two the count. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and down goes Lee, and the Dodgers get out of the inning by striking out the side. So Vesia kind of goes the long way to strike out the side, strikes out the first 2, lets the next 2 guys on, and then strikes out the 3rd guy. Nonetheless, they'll take it. Dodgers now go into the 9th inning with a 4-3 lead. Don't go away. This game isn't over. There's still more excitement to come. Hang in there. I'll be right back after this. So as we get ready for the top of the 9th inning, the Dodgers will be sending up Alex Freeland, Ohtani, and Pages to the plate, trying to get some insurance runs before they go into that bottom of the 9th inning. Dodgers got all their... This game is, if you just saw the first 2.5 innings, you would be set with all the runs scored. Dodgers got 1 in the 2nd inning on a home run solo shot by Mookie Betts. Then the Twins came back with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the 2nd. And the Dodgers answered with 3 runs of their own in the top of the 3rd. And that's it. That's where we've been, 4-3. The outstanding player out in the field and at the plate has been Mookie Betts, counting for 3 hits and made a couple of dazzling defensive stops out there, saving some runs. Betts has come to play today, and luckily he has. Scored a run. He's got 3 hits. He's got an RBI and made a couple of dazzling defensive plays, saving some runs in the process. So for the Twins, they'll be bringing out Morris, the right-hander, facing the lefty Alex Freeland. And this is it, 9th inning. Dodgers 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Twins 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. So they never said it'd be easy. Andrew Morris comes in 26 games. He's 34 innings. He's pitched 38 strikeouts. So pitch on the way to Freeland is taken for called strike 1. So let's go. Dodgers need some insurance runs here. Pitch is taken for called strike 2, a changeup. Alex Freeland hanging in there. 0-2. Morris now to the mound. Morris with a long look into Carantini and getting the sign. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and a high pop-up. Moving out is Lewis at first. It's going to be the second baseman, Gray, for the catch, and there's 1 out. So the Dodgers have Freeland making out, and now comes up Ohtani. Ohtani's had a bit of a rough go at the plate. He's struck out. He's 1 for 4, but it hasn't been an oppressive Ohtani play. He's got an RBI single and a run. Actually, he got things started in that 3rd inning when Alex Freeland doubled. Ohtani singled him home. So that was a big RBI to get that rally going. There's a pitch taken for called strike 1. Ohtani had a bit of a rough 2nd inning, and then he settled down, pitching nicely. The rest of the way, the pitch is taken low for ball 1. So now the Twins are going to challenge this ball. This pitch, let's see what it's going to be. Twins challenge, it's in, ball still remains. So the Twins will lose that challenge. Maybe a challenge they could have saved for their bottom of the 9th inning. Now they're out of challenges. Okay, 1 out, 9th inning. Ohtani, 1-1 count. The pitch. Swung on. There's a line base hit into right field, and Ohtani's aboard. There we go. This is that insurance run I'm talking about. Dodgers going to need an insurance run indeed. And Pages coming up to the plate. We're in the ninth. One out, one on. The pitch to Pages. There's a first ball swing and ground ball hit to the shortstop. He's going to throw to second for one. Over to first or a double play. And that'll do it for the Dodgers. So what seemed so promising to start ends in a double play as it goes to Kreidler, to Gray, to Lewis on a 5-4-3 double play, and the Dodgers are done in the ninth. But now the exciting, fantastic bottom of the ninth yet to come. For the Twins, it'll be Gray, Kreidler, and Larnach. And standing in their way, let's see who the Dodgers are throwing out there to pitch against them. I don't think they'll go with Vesia. Usually don't do that. Let me see. Gotta wait for this to clear. Then I'll be able to tell you who'll be facing these three Twins coming up. So Dodgers leading by the slimmest of margins, by 1 run, 4-3. Trying to make the 1 in the second and 3 in the third stand up for the win. Dodgers 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And it'll be Scott. So Scott, Tanner Scott, will be coming into lefty to face Gray in the bottom of the ninth inning. So Scott looked very good in his last outing, getting out the Twins, saving the game. Let's see what Scott does now. What you gonna do, Scott? So it'll be, like I said, Gray, Kreidler, and Larnach. And if anybody gets on, Buxton, that big Buxton, the center fielder, with his 25 home runs, is waiting in the wings if anybody gets on. So don't go away yet. Still a whole lot of baseball to go. Tanner Scott this season in 34 games has 10 saves, 2.25 ERA, 38 strikeouts, and 3 walks. So he looks like he may be the Tanner Scott of old, coming back from the big disappointment of last year, as he's about ready to climb up on the mound and get back to work here. If you're enjoying the action, thank you for tuning in. Now there's going to be a pinch hitter. So Martin is now pinch hitting for the Twins. Austin Martin coming to the plate, hitting .238, 2 home runs, 17 ribbies, standing in. First pitch is taken for called strike 1. There's a ground shot into right field for a base hit, picked up by Call, and Austin Martin is aboard with a single. So there you go. The tying run is aboard. The dreaded tying run leadoff single is aboard. So Freeland was swung way over, almost a shortstop, and that ball just pranced right on through into right field. Had Freeland been playing him straight up, that would have been an easy out. Ryan Kreidler now coming to the plate. Austin, there's a first ball swinging. There's a high fly ball. In comes a Call in right field for the out, and now there's 1 out. 1 out in the ninth. And offensive, let's see, we're going to go for another pinch hitter now. And Keishel coming in. Now pinch hitting, number 15, Luke Keishel. So Luke Keishel has officially been announced, been a pinch hit for the right-hand side of the plate facing the lefty Scott. There's 1 out. We're in the ninth. Dodgers lead 4-3, and Rushing's now at the mound having a few words with Scott, how they're going to play this. Let's see what they're going to do. Two outs in the ninth. Twins got their rally caps on in the stands. Austin Martin got on with a base hit to lead it off, but then a pop-up and an out, and now there's one out, one on. Keishel pinch hitting, first ball swinging, fouls it back for strike one. Nice lead away from first base's Martin, and the pitch is taken low by the slimmest of margins for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's see. Shoot 2 right here. Dodgers get out of this game with a victory. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dodgers have yet to get a double play in this game. They just hit in a double play right now to end the 9th inning. Let's see if they can return the favor to the Twins right now and end this game with a victory. Dodgers 2 outs away from a sweep. Buxton waiting on deck. The pitch is outside for ball 2. Fastball just missing. Keishel hanging tough. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scott ready for his 8th pitch of the inning. The pitch in the dirt, ball 3. The tension now mounts. We're in the 9th inning. Buxton waiting on deck. Three balls, 2 strikes. Martin away from first, and now steps out of the batter's box as Keishel. He's going to adjust his equipment just a little bit more. Ohtani looking on in anticipation as what's going to happen to his game. He is the pitcher of record. He can't lose, but he definitely can win. If Scott can get these last 2 outs. There's a pitch low. They're going to look over to first. They're going to say swing, and down he goes. Oh my. And oh my, what a great play that was. The Dodgers right away rushing heads up, looked over to first base. He did a check swing, and Keishel is called out. And now there's 2 outs, and up comes Buxton to the plate. So 2 outs in the 9th, and it comes down to this. It comes down to Buxton, who's 0 for 4. He's due. 271 hitting. He's got that big 25 home runs there. He fouled out in the 7th inning. It's lefty on righty action. 1 on. Austin, 2 outs. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Buxton going for the fences on that one. 4-3 Dodgers with a slimmest of lead, trying to sweep right here. 2 strikes away. Twin fans are all on their feet trying to implore Buxton to a hit. There's a pitch low, slider missing for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. Scott, top of the mound, checks Austin at first. The pitch is low for ball 2. A slider missing. Cody Clemens on deck, but right now it's all about Buxton. Swing left, hook right. Buxton waiting in. The 2-1 pitch is taken for called strike 2. 1 strike away from a sweep right here. Scott steps off the mound, wipes perspiration off his face, waiting in. 2-2 the count. Buxton. Anticipation. The 2-2 pitch is low for ball 3, and that will be a full count. Hanging tough is Buxton. 3 balls, 2 strikes, Tanner Scott. 1 strike away from ending this game, or 1 ball away from extending it. Let's see what happens. Pitch. Swung on and missed, and down he goes, and the Dodgers get the win. And with that, it is a ding-dong. It is a sweep for the Dodgers. They go away, a happy bunch of Dodgers, to San Diego. Travel day tomorrow. This game is OVER in the win column for the Dodgers. The final score, there's the Dodgers looking at the line of it. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Ohtani gets the win. 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Twins. So Scott will get the save. Ohtani will get the win. The loss will go to Joe Ryan, and that'll do it. So thank you so much for tuning in on this game. There was a whole lot of action in the first 2 innings, and after that, it pretty much went a whole bunch of goose eggs down the stretch. Once again, the final score is the Dodgers win it from Target Field in Minnesota. The Dodgers win a thriller 4-3. Have yourself a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Good night now.